The Crusades reshaped medieval Christendom, bringing forth not only war, but the rise of warrior monks who dedicated themselves to both faith and battle. Among them, the Knights Hospitallers stood as one of the most formidable. What began as a humble order devoted to healing the sick and aiding pilgrims soon evolved into a militarized brotherhood, sworn to defend Christendom at all costs. Founded in the early 11th century, the Order of St. John of Jerusalem, as they were first known, operated hospitals in the Holy Land, offering care to Christian travelers on pilgrimage. But war does not spare even those who seek only to heal. As the First Crusade captured Jerusalem in 1099, it became clear that medicine alone would not be enough. The roads were dangerous, raiders lurked at every turn, and the newly established Christian states faced constant threats. So the Hospitallers took up the sword. By the mid-12th century, they were not only tending to the wounded, but also fighting alongside Crusader armies, their black surcoats emblazoned with their iconic white cross. With this transformation, their influence grew. Wealthy patrons along Europe funded the order, granting them land, fortresses, and resources to continue their mission. Their strongholds, such as the towering Croix de Chevalet in Syria, became bastions of Christian defense, from which they launched raids against Muslim forces and held key strategic positions. These knights were more than warriors. They were the defenders of a cause, bounded by monastic vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, yet as fearsome as any battlefield commander. This dual nature, the blending of both duty and fire, of mercy and might, has echoed beyond history. It is a balance between two forces, much like the Armored Kingdom's sweet, heat-hot honey, where the smooth richness of golden honey meets a fiery kick of spice. Just as the Hospitallers balance the roles of healers and warriors, this infusion of flavors merges sweetness with heat, a perfect harmony of opposites. That harmony was tested when the Crusader state fell one by one. In 1291, the last Christian stronghold in the Levant, Acre, collapsed, forcing the Hospitallers to retreat. But unlike the Knights Templar, who would soon be disbanded, the Hospitallers endured. They regrouped in Cyprus, then established a new stronghold on Rhodes. Turning to naval warfare, their fleets, though smaller than those of great empires, proved a thorn in the side of Ottoman expansion, protecting Christian trade and launching daring raids across the Mediterranean. Their defiance would not go unanswered. In 1522, the Ottoman Sultan, Suleiman the Magnificent, laid siege to Rhodes, and despite a valiant defense, the Hospitallers were forced to surrender. Yet once again, they survived. Charles V of Spain granted them the island of Malta, where they forged an even stronger bastion against Ottoman power. Then came their greatest test, the Great Siege of Malta, 1565. Facing an invasion force of over 30,000 Ottomans, the knights, numbering fewer than 700, stood their ground. With brilliant fortification and unmatched tenacity, they turned Malta into an unbreakable fortress, repelling the siege and securing Christian dominance in the Mediterranean. It was a battle that echoed across Europe, solidifying the Hospitallers' reputation as unyielding warriors of the faith. Though their military role declined with time, the Hospitallers never disappeared. They transformed, adapting to new age and new needs. Today, they survive as the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, a humanitarian organization still devoted to aid and healing, carrying forth the legacy of those warrior monks who once stood at the crossroad of faith and war. Through centuries of upheaval, the Knights Hospitallers embodied resilience. They were healers and warriors, monks and soldiers, bound by faith but tempered in fire. Their story is not just one of survival. It is one of purpose, of balance, of the perfect union of two opposing forces. Just like the fire and sweetness that lingers after the first taste of the Armored Kingdom's sweet heat hot honey, the Hospitallers' legacy remains bold, unyielding, unforgettable.